Hey, what's going on, guys? You're watching the Modding Corner, and today we're going to be ranking Dragon Ball transformations, but we're going to have a little twist to it. So in this video, I'm going to be using Xenoverse 2 mods and various other clips from the game. So if you see anything you like, you can go ahead and steal it. I ain't gonna tell. This video is going to be formatted a little bit differently because I streamed the original recording over on my Twitch channel. So if you want, you can give me a little follow over there. I might stream a little something from time to time, you know, just a little gameplay or whatever. But yeah, with all that being said, let's get straight into the video. So Great Ape. Great Ape is like the perfect example of like just a W form. In OG Dragon Ball, we had no idea who the hell Goku was. It was just a kid with a monkey tail. So that could have meant anything. He could have been like an alien or a freaky monster. He was both when Goku was fighting like Vegeta. And then he like, you know, you think like Goku was barely beating him and he's just like, psych, Great Ape. And then Goku was just cooked. Like, I know people like to argue Goku versus Vegeta, who won this. Vegeta would have confidently whooped Goku after that point, because what could he have done against Great Ape Vegeta? If it wasn't for the side characters, that would have been wraps for Goku. But yeah, this is like just the like, you know, high standard, just a W form all around. So yeah, next we got Kaioken, and look, I know it's a technique. I just put it on here because it's cool. Whatever. I'm counting it as a form because like it's just cool. So yeah, Kaioken. Like I'd say like overall, it's absolutely a W form. I don't know if I would put it above Great Ape just because like it doesn't have like any like super important lore significance behind like why Goku got it outside of like, you know, his training was King Kai, which was great. And again, I love every time like Kaioken showed up, obviously in the fight versus Vegeta, iconic. His biggest issue mostly is the fact that it becomes all but irrelevant after the Namek saga and until Super, but we're not going to talk about that until we get the blue Kaioken over here. So like, yeah, Kaioken on its own, really cool form. I like, you know, I love it. You know, you get the red aura, this like the spiky hair, like the red eyes in the manga, which, you know, you wouldn't know because, you know, we don't read. But yeah, just like an overall W form. Next up, we have Super Saiyan. Do I even need to explain myself? This form gets its own tier. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, me personally, I don't have much nostalgia for Super Saiyan. Like I couldn't tell you where the first time I saw Super Saiyan was, like, because like basically my whole life, even before I was a Dragon Ball fan, I just knew what a Super Saiyan was. Like it was not foreign to me. So like even like it's like influence just transcends Dragon Ball as a whole. So like it can't go anywhere else but like its own tier, especially like, you know, when you consider like every character or like every Saiyan that uses it kind of uses it as a benchmark to pass per power. But like, you know, in a lot of cases you can like even argue that some Saiyans don't deserve it. I mean, you know, Goten, Trunks, some of the Universe 6 Saiyans, it's kind of mixed on them, but like, you know, overall, like, you know, when you see it, it's a hype form. I mean, heck, even to this day, other forms in Super get like, you know, like not even foreshadowed, but like other forms get like overshadowed in Super all the time, but you still see Super Saiyan cook a little bit every now and again, like, you know, like the Broly movie, even like sometimes in like the other like manga arcs. So like, you know, it's always a treat to see literally change the game. I could not put it any higher in its own tier. Like it's just Super Saiyan. So yeah, we're gonna go on to Super Vegeta. I think Grade 2 as a form, like again, like in story, I think it's really cool, but as a form, it's fine. Like the self fight was gas until it wasn't, you know, Vegeta hits the summon, you know, he loses every time. You see that damn sun pose, he'll lose. Overall, I think it's like fine. Like the design is kind of cool, especially like when Vegeta does like the final flash in it. That scene always looks like he looks like a giant Starman pretty much. But overall, I think it's a pretty decent form. Grade 3. This form was basically made to just say big muscles don't mean shit in Dragon Ball. And it's like pretty much like just like, you know, this useless tank of a form basically. This form's kind of a joke. The Trunks versus Cell fight was cool, but it was basically just Cell toying with Trunks saying, yeah, you know, you have them big ass muscles, but like, can you hit me though? Like, can you swing on a nigga? Like, you know? While I think it's like overall fine and definitely necessary to the story, you're not missing much if it's gone, because I mean, you can kind of accomplish the same thing with Super Vegeta, because, you know, the whole point of that form is like, ooh, big muscles, and then like, you know, Trunks' form is like, ooh, bigger muscles. But that's about all I can really say about it. It's not really a necessary form to me. Full power Super Saiyan. Now, I count this one as a transformation because, again, it's like part of the process into getting Super Saiyan 2. And I think full power is a, like, I think it's a pretty cool idea. Like, so basically, like, take the Super Saiyan, but, like, take all the anger out of it and just have it as your base form. I liked it when, like, Goku and Gohan were just, like, chilling in their Super Saiyan forms, relaxing, like, you know, doing their day-to-day stuff before, you know, the Cell tournament began, like, the Cell games began. And it was just, like, it was a vibe. Like, you know, I don't know what else to really say about it. Overall, I think it's, like, pretty high in the pretty cool tier. Super Saiyan 2. This form is really interesting for, like, for like a couple of reasons. So I'm gonna just say this right now. If we're talking about just the buildup and execution of Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, peak. Like, I don't got nothing to say. Like, the way it was like executed and performed was nothing but flawless. And especially like the way, like, you know, Gohan unlocked it. The fact that it was like built up from like the beginning of Z as like Gohan's kind of like awakened power, like that he was like kind of the only one who can like find what lies beyond Super Saiyan. If it was just Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, especially from what we've seen in just the anime and the movie, peak. However, I gotta bring you down, buddy. Maybe I'll put you above grade 8. I gotta bring you down, buddy. And that's because if your name isn't Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan, this form sucks. Even like adult Gohan, you cannot, gun to your head, you cannot tell me the difference between these two pictures unless you were a like uber Dragon Ball fan. Like, and on Goku just gets it off screen. Vegeta just gets it off screen. Caulifla just does it. Kale just does it. Kaba probably had the best moment with it since Teen Gohan. If we're talking just about like an awakening. And then it just gets overshadowed by Super Saiyan 3 in the Buu arc. Like, I really do not give a shit about this form on anyone outside of Teen Gohan. Like, when Teen Gohan's doing it, peak. When the other guys do it, Majin Vegeta. Now, Majin Vegeta is technically, again, not a transformation, it's possession, whatever. It gives him the giant M on his forehead, and that's cool. You know, millions of AMV spawned from it. I think it's important enough to get classified as its own thing. We get, like, the iconic, like, Vegeta sacrifice in it. Overall, though, I'd say pretty cool. Yeah, overall, not really much else to say about Majin Vegeta other than, like, you know, it's just a pretty cool form. Super Saiyan 3, on the other hand, this form is 100% carried by the movies for me. If it wasn't for Fusion Reborn and Wrath of the Dragon and the intro to this form, you know, the go even further beyond scene, that's also fire when it happens. But like, what does Super Saiyan 3 really do for the story besides just being a stronger Super Saiyan form? Gotenks uses it. All it does for him really is burn out the fusion time. Kale and Caulifla talked about wanting Super Saiyan 3, but I mean, you know, this form is ass kind of. Like, you know, at least like with Super Saiyan 1 and 2, once you master those forms, or even just with Super Saiyan 2, there's like little to no drawbacks to just popping it and spamming it whenever you want. But Super Saiyan 3, drains ki so fast that if you're not on a dead body, it's practically worthless. Like, you see, and like even like when it came back into the series, it got 3-tapped by Beerus, which granted, knowing what we know now about Beerus, it shouldn't have even taken 3 taps. And I really don't like that this form basically kind of undermines Super Saiyan 2 in a way. Because again, Super Saiyan 2 wasn't really that cool, like on anyone but Teen Gohan. And then Super Saiyan 3 shows up for Goku and it's just like, oh, there goes all the fucking thunder from you. If it wasn't for Fusion Reborn and the Wrath of the Dragon, it would go and not missing much of it's gone, and I wouldn't really care about seeing it again. Heck, it's only appeared like twice to my knowledge in Super. It's not like we're missing it. But because of Wrath of the Dragon, Dragon Fist, obviously iconic. The Janemba fight in Fusion Reborn, holy peak. It looked so good in that movie. I don't think it ever looked better in any other movie. So I'll put it at top. I could go either or on these two, to be honest, because Final Flash, like, in my mind, it's not even like Super Saiyan 3 versus Grade 2. It's Final Flash versus Dragon Fist, I guess. Dragon Fist is such a cool fucking form, man. Like that's the only reason Super Saiyan 3 is not going in, like, second to last tier. Next up, we got Mystic, or Ultimate, as, like, it's officially called now. This is like, you know, the form Gohan gets when like Elder Kai unlocks his like true potential or whatever. He like sits, you know, in a circle for like 24 hours and then boom, power up. I'm gonna keep it 100% real, you guys. I absolutely fucking hate this form. This is the worst form to come out of the like Toriyama Z run. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. This form is some ass. Like, the way it's gotten is like the most Mickey of all forms, and it's not even original. Goku did the same thing with the Ultra Divine Water in Dragon Ball. Even Gohan and Krillin got their potential unlocked on Namek. So what the fuck is this supposed to be? What is this even supposed to be? It's just Gohan's base, except they gave him Vegeta's eyes, and it looks so ugly. And like the biggest thing with me about this form and why I put it in delete this shit now, this form like single-handedly ruined Gohan's design for like 20 years, and I can't get over that. Like in like the end of Z and like some of GT, he looks fine, but like Gohan is like supposed to have like the Goku style round eyes. And then, like, for some reason in the games, and pretty much all of Super besides Resurrection F, they give him like the Vegeta eyes in base form.
What the fuck is what?
Because of this design, like, and the only like distinction with it is like the bang. Even the aura sucks because it's just a white aura with lightning. Like, and it doesn't even do anything. Like, it really doesn't even justify its existence because it just loses the boo and it becomes Buon. All right. Ultimate Gohan's trash, but Tech Gohan and Dokkan. Wait a minute. Okay, but that's different. Like the Dokkan days are over for me. Liar! I can't go back to that game. Tech Gohan era of Dokkan. I can't justify this man's existence. I hate this form with a passion. I hate like everything about it. I hate how it looks. I hate the way that it walks. I hate the way that it talks. I hate the way that it dresses. Well, I think it was like handled. I can't even say it was handled fine in Super because, like, are you a transformation or are you a state of mind? Like pick a fucking struggle. But yeah, this form just pisses me off. Delete it now. So Golden Grade 8, it is fine. Or actually, you're not missing too much if it's gone. It's pretty much its only existence is to be a gate to Super Saiyan 4, and for the baby fight when baby turns into a Grade Ape at the end, which kind of doesn't make sense because Vegeta didn't have a tail at the time. Plus, once he used Grade Ape in that fight went downhill fast. Hear me out. I have some things to say about Super Saiyan 4. So Super Saiyan 4 is like one of those forms. It looks really cool. I'm not at all a fan of the way it's unlocked. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like, hey, we can't beat baby. I know, let's bring Goku's tail back and make it like a literal ass pull. It's definitely like the most unique Super Saiyan transformation, period. I'll give it that for sure. And another thing I don't really like about it is the magic clothes. I can't with the magic clothes. Now with Super Saiyan 4, like, I think like the introduction is not only pretty mid on Goku, I think the introduction is absolutely horrible on Vegeta. Bulma was just like, hey Vegeta, I see Goku got that Super Saiyan 4 pack. Want some? So even with like Vegeta, he just got it, and like Vegeta as a character to me, I don't think, like, I know like GT Vegeta is like basically human at this point. He'll do anything to protect Earth. He's one of us now, but I don't think Vegeta would like take it like that. Like, yeah, for it kind of being like a Mickey form for kind of Goku and Vegeta, one thing that I shouldn't factor in, that I am factoring into my mind because it's my list, I'm gonna do what I want, the games make this form so cool. Game representation means a lot, and when Super wasn't a thing yet, Super Saiyan 4 was all we had. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, brother. Like, the thing is, like with Super Saiyan 4, while I don't really like how it was handled in GT, you gotta respect the legacy. Like, my mind is telling me peak for game representation, but I'm gonna be conscious a bit, and I'm gonna put it above or below Super Saiyan 2. Above or below? I'm gonna put it below Super Saiyan 2. I'm gonna put it below Super Saiyan 2. Above Great Ape and Kaioken though. Next is Super Saiyan God. So of course the first time we've seen Super Saiyan God was in like Battle of Gods, and it was like pretty much like that movie's iconic form. A lot of people would say that even though like God has a great backstory, it's kind of like BS how like it's basically made through a friendship circle, and like how like they could have just done that the whole time, like, because they're basically just pouring their energy into Goku. Heck, even Goku in the movie himself says that I feel like I didn't earn this power because it was given, and because, like, you know, they just poured their energy to me and I became a god. But I would heavily argue that not only is Goku wrong, but this is probably Goku's most earned transformation out of all the transformations he had. And you want to know why? Without Goku, how could they make the Super Saiyan God? Really think about it for a second, because like, how would there be 5 pure-hearted Saiyans in this universe that could create a Super Saiyan God? Because without Goku, there's no Gohan or Goten. Without Goku, Vegeta wouldn't be changed for the better, so there would be no Trunks. And obviously, Videl would probably exist, but be like broke, because Mr. Satan didn't get all that guap from beating Cell. So with like all that being said, with like the great like lore that it added to the series, the fact that it added like basically the whole ass god hierarchy and level of power in the Super, which again, good or bad depending on how you look at it. For me, I think it's cool because, you know, stronger forms, stronger transformations for power scalers. But yeah, I can't see anywhere else but peak. Again, like, to the way it was handled, to the way it was executed, it's a peak form.
Hey, it's your pal, Editing Eric here. Did you know that more people are likely to like and subscribe to video if you tell them to? Well, if you watched this far, you should. I'm only halfway done with editing, and now we gotta talk about Saiyan Beyond God. So, let's be honest, that form is completely mid. Who cares if I talk about it? So I'm just gonna use this opportunity to tell you to like the video and subscribe consensually if you want. It's also currently like 3, almost 4 o'clock in the morning while editing this. Yeah, so Saiyan Beyond God is, it's wherever I put it. Where did I put this shit? I'm pretty sure I put it in Not Missing Much if it's gone. Like that's like an absolute lock, but yeah. Help.
So yeah, anyway, let's move on to Super Saiyan Blue. Now, I don't know if this is a hot take. This might be where my own like biases show the most, but like Super Saiyan Blue, you could argue the trash introduction. It was a trash introduction, but like the like way it was shown like throughout the series, like even like as like just Goku's like new standard, like it brought like kind of like the godliness combat to Goku. And I like, especially like, I love how it's handled in the manga where like it's practically the modern day Super Saiyan now, where like you have to like train with it, master it. It's basically like Goku and Vegeta's like way of stepping in like fully into the realm of gods. Like if God was like basically like, you know, just dipping your toe, Blue is like going into the pool basically, and like finding like that like kind of god strength. I think it does enough different to justify itself as a different thing. Overall, Blue is like a W form, and again, we're gonna talk about it a lot more because as you can see, it has like at least 3 more slots left, so I'm gonna leave it at this. So next is Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, and pretty much take what I said about Blue, take what I said about Kaioken, put it together under regular Kaioken for me. Now, it was definitely cool. If you were there when Super was airing and this episode came out and you see Goku finally mix like his strongest transformation at the time with like Kaioken, peak. And again, like it has like a really cool aura with like the blue and the red like outline. Like it has like a really strong look, especially like in the Universe 6 tournament where like his like kind of skin gets like enhanced by it, and it's like also like a bleeding red and it turns the whole stage red. Like it's just like 2 W forms, put them together, you get another W. Like that's all I can really say. Super Saiyan Rose. Now I actually remember when this initially got leaked. I think it was like some kind of like Funko Pop or keychain that got leaked, and that was like the first time I saw the form. But when it like showed up in the actual anime, and it was basically revealed as, okay, so Goku got his body taken, and now it's possessed by a god. What if that god did God Ki? And you get like Rose. Now, this form is definitely like, it's definitely like a marketing form. Like, they definitely made this form to sell toys, but it's a cool sell. Like, it like, you know, with like Goku's like all blacks, all kind of like gray aesthetic, it complements him honestly really well, and it does do some pretty cool shit. Again, this one kind of rides on the rule of cool for me, so I think I would have to give it W form, maybe above Blue Kaioken, not above regular Kaioken though. Rose was probably done a little bit better in the anime, like it had a little bit done like better, cooler moments than in the manga, because in the manga it really kind of like just felt like Goku Black's blue. But yeah, I probably would just put it like here in just W form. So Super Saiyan Rage. This Super Saiyan Rage is definitely a Dragon Ball form of all time. Delete this shit. Are you fucking serious? Yo, I remember like when this form like just came out in Super, and like it was basically like, oh, is Trunks gonna go blue? Is he gonna like go Super Saiyan 3? His eyes are white, he's getting mad, he's doing something, and then he just does this. And then it just does nothing. And then like this, again, this is like at a point where the Goku Black arc just like does Goku Black arc things and just like pull shit out of its ass. He knows the spirit bomb and how to use Genki all of a sudden, spirit sort of thing. And like, I mean, granted, like that stuff is cool, but like it would probably mean a lot more if he actually got the kill. And then the world gets destroyed anyway. You failed. This form failed like at every turn. Again, if we never saw Rage Trunks ever again, I wouldn't lose sleep over it. Like, in fact, I don't know if I would put it above or below Ultimate Gohan. I'll put it below Ultimate Gohan only because at least Ultimate Gohan is still kind of important to the narrative and serves a purpose. Rage Trunks just exists. Yeah, so next we got Perfected Super Saiyan Blue from the manga. Now, Perfected Blue, I think it's pretty cool. For the same reasons I think Full Power is cool, Full Power Super Saiyan is cool, I think this is also pretty cool. It's basically like Blue, like getting like its ki perfected, no more stamina issues. Like this is the strongest it gets. And I like how Blue is like kind of like a ever evolving form. It doesn't just, oh, power up, you're like this strong now. With that being said, I don't think it's cooler than Kaioken or even like Blue Kaioken, or even like Rose. So I'm gonna put it at the very top of pretty cool. Ultra Instinct Omen. I'm gonna put it there. I'm gonna put it right under God for now. When this form first showed up, if you were around when like Omen first showed up in the anime, oh my god, that is like a night. That was a moment in history. When like Goku lost the struggle against Jiren with the Spirit Bomb, and like here he comes, and then like the fucking beam of light like descends upon him, and he like stands up with the aura and the black hair and the silver eyes, and then like went straight to business. No words, just started doing nothing but bobbing, weaving, and throwing hands. It was peak cinema. Absolute cinema. Even like I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, oh my god, we are so fucking back. Like, I like how they keep finding new ways to use this form, because again, it is probably the nicest looking transformation like design on Goku, and I just love looking at it. Like the black hair and the highlights and the silver eyes. Omen is a peak form, right under God though, just because I feel like the way it was obtained, especially like in the anime where it was kind of like Goku got pushed into the Spirit Bomb. Again, while it was cool, what does that got to do with like, you know, movement of the gods? Like you got hit by that. Peak form, hype form. I'll talk about the fight style more with like MUI, but like, yeah, just one of those ones. So let's move on to Evolution Blue. I like how it's used in the manga more than the anime, but I'll talk about the anime real quick. By the way, it's fine. Maybe above Super Vegeta. I don't know. I'll put it above Super Vegeta and below 3. Yeah, I think I'll go with that just because of how the anime did it now. The Vegeta Blue evolution to me is the most here nigga damn form of all time. Because they had to give Vegeta something to keep up with Goku, but it was like in the Tournament of Power, they couldn't find like enough meaning for it to mean anything, you know? So yeah, in the manga though, I think it was handled a bit better, because in the Moro arc, I like how it's like kind of used in like tune with like Vegeta's new spirit powers with like Force Spirit Fission, and like his training on like Yarjat made like that form a lot stronger. I like his like fights with Beerus in it, like, cause it's like, you know, his like Beyond Blue, like he took completed Super Saiyan Blue and made it into a form that works for him, you know? Mastered Ultra Instinct, the Danny Phantom form. Fuck it. We ball. Goku, the way like he was just straight up saucing on him. Just straight up saucing him, like those who are gonna hurt my friends is gonna pay. Or like the way like they say in like in the Japanese, I don't know why, like, but like in the Japanese version, I always like heard like, and like again, no offense to like, you know, Granny Nozawa, like, you know, she's a goat, but like I just like every time I hear like that line and stuff, I just hear Goku calling Jiren a nigga. We need to talk about the manga. The way he was fucking up, more like the disrespect Goku was he did like G-check. He powered down from MUI to base. That's how I knew he was too cold with it. He powered down on purpose, said, "You lift, bro? You ever trained a day in your life? Do you even understand the amount of grind, effort, sweat, blood, and tears that it takes to get this gas, my nigga?" He's just like, all right then. Let me tell you this, fuck nigga. I'm gonna give you a sensu bean, and you better go back to jail, or I'm gonna beat your fucking ass. And then Mars just like, yes, top G, yes, top G. I'll eat the sensu bean. I'll go right back to jail. Goku gives him the sensu bean. He's like, psych, just kid, I'm gonna beat your fucking ass. And then he punches Goku, and he breaks his fucking arm on his wrist, bro. He breaks his arm on his like abs. Like once I saw that, disgusting. Just disgusting. The Susanoo like that Goku just got at the end, like with like Oops energy or whatever, and the fact that it like came back in Granola for like, you know, just a C assist was cool as shit. Still big Ultra Instinct, so it nothing but peak. Again, I think like the way God was obtained is probably like the best God has ever got, but again, God's screen presence after that isn't much outside of like the Tournament of Power in the movies. So, and like Master Ultra Instinct, whenever it's there, it's the most peak shit ever. So right now I just have these two forms, just like Akari Broly and like Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. I'm also gonna count Legendary Super Saiyan as like Kale's form or whatever too, so I'll just, you know, discuss that briefly when we get to it. So yeah, this form, let's be honest, this is Dragon Ball Super Saiyan 4. Like, I would probably put it here, maybe below Perfected UI, but definitely here. I love the yellow eyes. I love the yellow eyes, and I like the big strengths like Broly gets, and like how his like hair like is black and spikes up, and he gets like the green aura. But it's kind of like just an Ooga Booga form. Yeah, you're right. It's like, you're right, Jane. It's basically Super Saiyan 4, but like less peak, and you know, makes sense. With that being said, let's talk about Legendary Super Saiyan, and I'm conflicted. I'm very conflicted because we all know Legendary Super Saiyan. This form is cool as fuck. If we're talking about like Z Broly, probably here. If we're talking about Kale, maybe here if you include the manga, because she was a beast in the manga. But if we're talking about like DBS Broly in the Broly movie specifically, if we're talking about, because this form only showed up in that movie to get dog washed by Gogeta Blue. You're saying no, but like, am I wrong? Like, am I wrong? Like, does he not just get cooked for the rest of the movie the second he transforms into this? Broly is definitely him for being able to, you know, hold off a fusion like Gogeta for as long as he did. I mean, Gogeta's time limit didn't even run out, but he still put up a good fight for like a single, like, you know, for a couple of minutes. But like, just because of like the rule of cool, I'm willing to put it at the top of its fine, maybe pretty cool, just because I like the look, but like functionally it does nothing. Anyway, let's move on to Ultra Ego. This form is basically Vegeta's response video to Ultra Instinct. Like, if you know Ultra Instinct and you dodge, if you dodge everything, I'm gonna get hit by everything. Yeah, that's the highest I can go with Ultra Ego for now. Like, it's fine. Like, because again, it's like main gimmick is basically, okay, if Ultra Instinct dodges, I'm going to like take these hits and turn it into my own power. But the thing about that is that shit still hurts you. Like Vegeta, that shit still hurts you. You get knocked out by it. So why are you doing this to yourself? I think Ultra Ego is like the definition of mid right now. It doesn't win any fights at all. Granola pretty much one-ups in power in the same arc. Gas pretty much beats in the same arc. Goku gets true Ultra Instinct in the same arc. And we haven't seen it since the Granola arc in the manga. So what we got is Ultimate Piccolo. And if we're talking about when it was announced, when it was like actually announced and like, you know, we saw Piccolo like after all these years getting a new form, I would put it here, right above Majin Vegeta, because like it's a pretty cool idea, like Piccolo getting like his like potential awakened by like the dragon, and like it gives him like kind of like a green like kind of sheen like Shenron. He loses like the little lines on his muscles, but like in practice and in the movie it doesn't really do anything. We got another Piccolo form in the same movie, and it's peak. It's peak. They Toriyama fucking cooked. This is like Orange Piccolo is probably the best form they could have given Piccolo. If if anything, like, I don't think Piccolo wishing for power is like kind of Mickey, because like Shenron is his dragon, kind of like, even though like, you know, Dende is the guardian now, Kami made Shenron, so it's basically kind of like giving Kami back, like Shenron kind of giving back to his dad in a way, and that's why like he kind of looks like a giant Dragon Ball with like the red eyes and like the orange skin, and like especially like the Namekian like symbol of pride on the back. Like Piccolo needed something like this for a long ass time. So like, again, I'm like not willing to give this form as much slack, even though I do think it looks fine, but it's really not missing much of its gone, because if they just introduced orange, what would change really? Like, I think it's a peak transformation. I can't wait to see more of it in the manga or in the anime or whenever we see it again. I think it's peak. Beast Gohan. Beast Gohan. Where would I put Beast Gohan? That's the best I can do. This is getting by. I think Beast Gohan is like pretty cool, but like kind of an ass pull at the same time, because like this form, to be honest, out of every form in Super, this one gives the most nostalgia pandering vibes, because they basically just gave him Super Saiyan 2 Gohan's kind of hair shape, made it like grayish, and gave him red eyes. And while it does look cool, especially with like the old style Piccolo gi and whatnot, I think it's kind of mid. Like like there's no, like, again, and I like how it was like used in the manga, I guess, because like he gets like stronger the more like deeper into his rage he gets. But like, does that mean this form has like no limit on it, or like how strong like could it get? Like, I feel like with this form and Super Saiyan 2, this is something you can only really do once. And while Gohan is on top right now, what's gonna happen when he, like, when this isn't the strongest shit in the series anymore? Like, you know, once this show, like, once this like forms, like, you know, time in the limelight is over, like, it's going down here, being for real right now. Like, it was just cool in that moment, you know, when he finally killed Cell Max, and even then that was like just a kind of a rehash of what happened in Z. I'm starting to talk myself out of putting the form this high, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, like Beast like fights Broly, and Broly handles it pretty damn well. Like, he's not getting washed to it, and he was boxing him in base. Like, and I know like Gohan was probably most definitely holding back, because he went way harder against MUI, but at the same time, I don't know how like this form is gonna age, you know? So I would like have to put it, shit, maybe below Majin Vegeta, actually. I'm like, because I'm trying to think of like the positives. The positives of this form is it looks cool. That, yeah, it was like just more than, oh, Gohan's really fucking mad this time, he has to get a new form. Which, again, there are several moments in Super where he could have got Beast. Against, like, in Resurrection F when Piccolo died, in the Tournament of Power when the fucking universe was on the line, you think you would have tightened up and did this? But like, and it really doesn't make sense in superheroes specifically either, when you think about the fact that Gohan wasn't really training much, and he couldn't even sense Piccolo's ki earlier in the movie. I'm sorry, like, if you're a Beast fan watching this video, I'm sorry, but like, the more I'm like thinking about it rationally, the more and more this form pisses me off, bro. Like, if I had to, I'm gonna like just glance over any changes. Super Saiyan staying right where it is. Ultra Instinct like is staying right where it is. God can stay right where it is. UI Omen could definitely stay where it is. Orange can stay where it is. I don't care if I'm overrating it. Blue can stay at the top of W forms. Super Saiyan 2 could stay there. Again, Super Saiyan 2 would probably be in peak, like, if it was just Teen Gohan doing it. If it was just Teen Gohan doing it, it would be a peak form, but everyone else kind of just made it worse. Like, everyone just does it worse than him. I'm sorry. 4? 4, you pretty high. I ain't even gonna lie, just for being cool and like game usage. But yeah, I can't in good faith put you under Ozaru and Kaioken. Ozaru and Kaioken, they're absolute classics of forms. They stay where they are. Rose is also pretty high as well, but it's unique enough to be where it is. Kaioken, that's fine where it is too. I could probably go either way. You know what? I'll move Kaioken down to pretty cool. Blue Kaioken down to pretty cool. 'Cause it was pretty cool when it happened, and pretty cool when it shows up. But I don't know if I could call it like a whole W though. Because like I could go either way on these two actually. These two are like equal enough. Broly is definitely really cool. So he can stay there. Full Power Super Saiyan, I think it's a really cool idea and executed pretty well. Majin Vegeta, it's just a cool looking design. Again, if the fight was cooler and Goku actually went all out. And again, Final Explosion does a lot of legwork, so yeah, I gotta give Vegeta something. None of his like main forms made it any higher than pretty cool, so I'm gonna give him above Broly. Just because of Final Explosion and what that means for him, I'm gonna let him have that just for that moment. But yeah, so the worst, I can go either way on those two, but just because, only because this came out of Toriyama's Dragon Ball, I'm gonna let Ultimate have the top spot and delete this shit now. And congratulations, Rage, you are the worst transformation in the Z Fighter lineup. Congratulations. Congrats. You suck. Hey guys, that was a long one, wasn't it? But congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. I'm not gonna lie, I'm sick of editing, so I'm gonna wrap this up quick. Thanks to all the modders featured in this video. If you guys want, you can check out the mods I used in the description of the video. To the modders, you guys are awesome and you make great stuff. If I'm missing any mods or you just want to know where you can find what you see, then, you know, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Also, thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. I truly wasn't expecting it this soon, but y'all have been going absolutely bonkers on the shorts and the videos and everything, so I can't really understate how much I appreciate y'all. But yeah, I'm really not gonna take up any more of your time because this is a pretty long video already. If you watched this far and you're not subscribed yet, that's kind of weird. You clearly like listening to me yap. But yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye. Also, typically I have like an ending bit for these, but I'm freaking tired, so here's Goku hitting the gritty.
5 foot creep, walking with that heater. Look around, see